Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Anne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Anne. Today I'm out on my deck enjoying the beautiful August weather here in Maine. So this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be using a whole bunch of decks, which is traditionally how I read with decks. And we're going to be looking at the month of August 2025. So we're not just going to do a week for this week. For this week, we're going to talk about the whole month that is coming up for August of 2025. Now, yes, we're a couple days into August already, but I want to see what else is in store for us. Now, I'm going to be using a whole bunch of decks, and in the description box will be the name of the decks that I'm using. Because I might use more than what's here, I might use less than what's here, I don't know. But once I get started reading, I'm not going to be calling off the names of the decks, I'm just going to be doing the reading. So if you're interested in knowing the names, check out the description box. You can always go to my website because I do have a ton of decks available for purchase there, as well as private readings. So let's look at what does this month, 2025, August 2025, have in store for us. So we have been working on where we've come from. Where is it that our roots are? And as we go forward, we know that we're going to be having this month a lot of kindness and patience going to be coming our way. Our guides and angels are going to be stepping in because we are going to be needing to clear away a lot of what is not serving us. This is going to be the month of, if it's not working for you, you need to get rid of it. That being said, there's a lot that we need to get rid of. If we have the nurture card here saying that we need kindness to ourselves as well as each other, remember where you came from. Be kind, because we need to clear away a lot of what is not serving us. We need to have gratitude for where it is that we have come from. We need to have courage for where we are at now, both in nurturing ourselves and nurturing other people. And as we clear away, we need to do that with purpose, and we need to make sure we maintain our good character. You know, a lot of times we forget where we've come from, who we are. Don't forget, you had morals, you had character to begin with. Don't lose sight of that going forward. And I'm switching to another deck. All done. This is the card of kindred spirits. Remember where you came from. Those kindred spirits that you have within you, within your soul, within your being, you need to channel that, because there is going to be a lot of decisions that are going to be made, both with the help of our guides, our angels, and our loved ones that are coming in to choose how much they're going to help us on our path. All of our paths are predestined. Your soul chooses before you come in to this lifetime. And whether they step in or they step in to help us along that path remains to be seen. You need to ask and be worthy for those guides, angels, loved ones to step in and help along that path. What needs to be cleared away so we can take that leap of faith? If we don't get rid of that fear, anxiety, ego, there's a lot of ego going around. And if you don't get rid of that ego, you can't possibly expect to leap into our highest and best. Look at this is leap, ecstasy, bliss, belief. Leaping into that next sort of part of our lives. We need to clear away that ego that's not working for us so we can have that and be on our sacred journey. When you're getting the card of the sacred journey, that means finally you're going to be on your path. When I do this level of a reading, look at, you have to do this before you can do this, before you can do this. Then this, then this. Then you get to this. That is the time frame of this style of reading that I've developed. It goes like this. In order for us to be on our journey, we need to remember where we've come from, be worthy for those to step in and help us clear away what's not serving us so we can be more on our journey. I am not necessarily talking about us as individuals, but frankly I am. But I'm also talking about us as a collective. We are the collective. We, the human collection upon this planet, in this incarnation, within this existence, need to come together to remember where we have come from, who helps us, what we need to remember and get rid of so that we can eventually get along our sacred journey. This is the journey of knowledge. This is the journey of looking within, recognizing where you have come from. This is the journey that our soul has been potentially waiting millennia to be on. There are roles that you need to do as a soul through lifetimes. I read the Akashic Records, so I'm used to reading you as a soul through lifetimes, backwards and forwards. Sometimes there's so much work to be done on a soul level that it takes lifetimes to accomplish that. And many of us here now in this existence, in this time, have worked collectively so hard to be able to achieve those things that we need to do. That is where this card is saying we have to put the work in before we can even think of getting on our path. There is so much work collectively that we need to do in a human race this month before we even think we can start to be on our sacred journey of knowledge and self-knowledge and self-acknowledgement. Okay, let's look at this deck. So we have to have time to reflect back to where we have come from. Do you see how all of these cards are essentially saying the exact same thing? That is why I developed this style of reading, because I have found that sometimes some people need to hear it 2 and 3 times before they get it, before it clicks. And that's what this is doing. Where we are going to in the future is a time of abundance. It is a time of prosperity. But look at all that we have to do in order to get to this. Finally, there is abundance coming in. Finally, there can be prosperity. But we need to put this work in before we can get to this. This is ahead of this. Once we get on our path, then we can be abundant as a whole. Now, keep in mind, I only asked about this month. So this is talking about by the end of this month, we can be a little bit more prosperous. But if we need help, we need to reach out and acknowledge that we have help that we need to ask for. And I'm going to pull a few cards here. Be open to receive that help. That's important. Having the ability to ask for help is one thing, but being able to receive the help is a whole other ball of wax. Then, once those 2 things happen, you can have luck more on your side. So if we're looking at this as a collective and not as an individual, as a society, if there is help that we need as a society, and frankly, I think there is, we need to be open to being able to receive that help as a society. And as a society, then luck can be on our side, because that is saying there are those that will step up to help us as we go forward. So thus far, what I'm gleaming from this is, as a society, we need to reach out to the global society and say, listen, what we're doing isn't working. We have other powers, other nations that need to step in, that will be stepping in. There are others that will step in, whether it be from Congress or from the House, that are going to break free and say, hey, remember where we came from. Remember how all of this got started. We need to get back to that, because let's just say the Constitution is where we got started on our political birth in this country. And if that piece of paper that stated the laws, rules, and regulations, how this country is governed, that is getting back to our roots. And if that isn't being necessarily acknowledged, we need to ask for help so we can get back to that. It's a great time to reflect. Now, when I do this deck, this one, it goes fast and quick. So, if you need to pause the video, rewind the video, come back to the video, whatever. With this one, I'm going to stand up for this one because I can't see my camera, but I want to make sure this is in frame. So I'm going to stand up. So continuing on August of 2025. We need to find our balance as a nation, as a country, as a global community. We need to recognize that we have pure intentions in the past, and we need to get back to that. We need to be kinder, we need to be gentler, and we need to find the joy and the enchantment and the happiness and the magic that was all around us. Once again, those kindred spirits coming back to help us, finding that within our hearts, finding that tenderness within ourselves to recognize our own personal power to be able to have the new beginnings that we need. And we need to have some new beginnings because what we're doing isn't working. We need to pay attention. We need to listen, not just to the global community, to ourselves, to our instincts, so we can find our sanctuary. And if I'm getting that sanctuary card, we are going to have to find that sanctuary within our hearts, within ourselves, and physically as well. Oh, good. We have the abundance card again, but the abundance card is right over sanctuary. So that is telling me that we will be well. All will be good, and we are going to work together in harmony. So we don't have to worry. Things will work out. It is going to take a little bit of time. I know I asked about this month, but I'm really feeling like this is going to be spilling over into October, November, December. I'm really feeling like I shouldn't have called this month. I'm feeling like this is going to be until the end of this calendar year as well. And I'm going to end with these because we need to recognize where we have come from, recognize us as our past lives, recognize the past, the basis, the creation, because where we are at right now, we have a different level of awareness of what is working and what is not working for us. And the card in the future position is the card of protection. We need to call in our protection, call in your guides, call in your angels, call in your loved ones, call in Archangel Michael, Gabriel, whoever it is that works for you with that level of guidance and protection. Call it in. And if that works for you, great. If that doesn't work for you, put up a bubble of protection around you, around your home, around those that you care about, around your heart, because this is going to be a little tumultuous. Yes, we're in a Mercury retrograde as well, and this is a doozy. But this is a little bit more tumultuous than what I think people are going to be getting. This is ruffling the feathers of our foundation of who we are as a society, recognizing where we have come from as a society, looking back at the past lives, looking back at what have we done as a society? Your soul level. What have you done in a past life? Because, we always are around the same soul family. We always incarnate around the same ones, working through the same thing. And if we are struggling as a society, then we are going to struggle as a society. As we move forward, recognizing you constantly need to have your protection up, so you care about those that you love, and we can move forward into a better sacred space. I love that we have that here, we have that here, we have this here, we have this here. All of this is a repeat of what has been said in this reading. I hope this makes sense. I hope this resonates. keep a pure heart. Keep your protection up. Recognize that we are here in a global society to help each other. And if we need to reach out and ask for help, then we need to reach out and ask for help. Call your representatives. If you need help on an intrinsic level, on a basic level, it is okay to reach out for help. I was just having this conversation with somebody today, and for some people it's so hard to reach out and ask for help. If you're having food insecurity, look for resources in your area. If you're having issues paying your medical bills, what are the resources in your area? And I know so many of us are in those situations that services are being taken away. Our family, our loved ones are losing services that are desperately, desperately needed. Reach out. See what you can do. Try and make a difference. Be a squeaky wheel. Gosh, do I wish us well, not just for this month, but for the rest of this calendar year and, of course, this lifetime. So this is a little bit different than what I normally do, but I'm very drawn to, I needed to get this done and get this said and just give people a little bit of heads up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I do psychic videos every single Sunday. And the rest of the week, I do art videos, multimedia art videos. And of course, you can always check out my website. I have a lot of free things on my website. I have some free meditations, some free printables, some free how-tos. www.elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. I have crystals for sale. I have decks for sale. And of course, you can book a private reading with me there as well. And I do readings through online connections, so I can read for anybody anywhere in the world. It's perfectly fine. If you used to listen to my radio show, you know I had 133 countries that used to listen to me every single night, and I would read for people all over the world. So online connectivity works. If you're a psychic, you're a psychic. So check that out. But please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.